Hello guys, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Hope RBI. Today we are starting a new series in which we are going to talk about some of the daily current affairs for your upcoming RBI Grade B examination for the year 2022. I know many of the students are being skeptical about preparing for this examination. They are saying that it's way too early for preparing for this examination, but trust me, it is the perfect timing for you because according to me, it will not only create a sense of consistency in your test preparation, but it would also enable you to create a foundation for your current affairs. As you know that as the time changes, the international or national scenarios do change, and because of that, your current affairs might get influenced. So in that case, you need to be prepared. You need to have some kind of perspective in order to see the changes that are happening in your news or your current affairs that you are reading, and you will get a better perspective regarding that. So it would be helpful for you in phase 1 as well, phase 2 as well, and in interview phase as well. So that is why we are starting the current affairs from today. I will be sharing the current affairs from the previous day because it will help me remembering or preparing for the current affair for my exam as well as I can frame good MCQs for you guys so that you can be able to get the gist of how to approach to the current affairs from whichever source you are reading. So let's get into the contents without wasting much of your time. The first question is, which of the following loss-making public sector undertaking loss-making public sector undertaking under the Ministry of Textiles was approved for the closure by the Union Cabinet in March 2021. Okay, so you have to tell that there is a public sector undertaking which was actually suffering from losses from the financial year 2015-16, which was under the administrative control of Ministry of Textiles. So you need to tell that what is that PSU which finally the government of India, the Union Cabinet, has decided to close. Okay, so that particular organization or that particular PSU is Handicrafts and Handloom Export Corporation of India, HHEC. It is under the administrative purview of Ministry of Textiles, and because it was making huge losses, Government of India could not afford much spending in order to revive this particular organization. So that is why recently, I guess yesterday or day before yesterday, they decided to close this particular organization down. So that is why HHEC, Handicrafts and Handlooms Export Corporation of India, is your correct answer. Remember this, very very important for examination. Next question is, Union Cabinet recently approved for the creation of Development Finance Institution. As you all might be familiar with this term, Development Financial Institution, which was framed in the Union Budget 2021. If you have read Union Budget, it is very easy question for you guys. So let me tell you something about this institute. It is basically a government-backed specialized banking institute for enabling the development of various private sectors in the developing countries. So that is why the formation of this was done. So the Union Budget basically has the information about the amount allocated for its creation. So you have to tell this amount because this is a data specific question and you need to memorize the data, as you have seen in the phase 1 of 2021 that various data based questions were asked. So that is why the amount allocated for the creation of Development Finance Institution is, you have to remember it, 20,000 crores. Okay, very very important from the examination point of view. You should be remembering these things, and you have to tell me in the comment section that what would be the regulatory body for DFI. Okay, you have to tell me down in the comment section what would be the regulatory body of DFI. Very very simple question and very very important question as well. Next question, Union Cabinet recently signed an MOU for improving the bilateral cooperation in sports and youth affairs with. Very simple yet very very important. So recently there was an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, that was signed between India and, let me tell you the answer, it's Maldives. India and Maldives. Okay, so there was an MOU signed, and in that MOU there was basically some considerations, that is to share the knowledge and expertise regarding the sports and youth affairs and various aspects of sports sciences or sport medicines. Okay, sport medicines, or basically your coaching techniques. Okay, sports coaching techniques, all of these things, plus the participation of both the countries in various youth fests or youth camps that were organized by either India or Maldives. So these were the main important things that were signed upon under this MOU. So you have to know this, that India and Maldives were the two main important entities that signed this MOU. So remember this, very very important from the examination point of view. The next question, very important as well. Wipro and Tech Mahindra collaborated with Dash for developing 6G technology recently. This is basically an abstract question from a very big summit that recently held. So let me tell you about this. The correct answer is Finland. Okay, so there was a summit recently held. It was India Finland virtual summit. Okay, it was virtually held, so you don't need to understand where, which were the headquarters or which was the location in which this particular summit was held. So India Finland virtual summit 2021 was held recently. Okay, in that summit Finland basically announced some of the things, some of the new partnership schemes with India. Okay, so Finland decided that it will partner with India in following fields. So what were the fields? First was information and communication technology, second was mobile technology, mobile tech. Okay, the third was digital education, very very important, digital education. Then clean energy investment. The next one is evolution of 6G, as because of that Wipro and Tech Mahindra from India collaborated with Finland for the evolution and development of 6G technology. The next is your artificial intelligence, very very important. Next is your cyber security, and the last but not the least is your blockchain technology, very 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 important. This blockchain technology might be asked in your answer writing questions as well as your essay writing, because blockchain technology is widely used in the cryptocurrencies. Not only in the cryptocurrencies, but it is also used in various communication technology. So in the comment section you also need to tell me the basic principle of blockchain technology. Okay, its basic principle in 1 or 2 lines. You need to tell me what is the basic principle of blockchain technology, along with the question that I asked in previous questions. Okay, so you need to remember this, that this India Finland summit was held, and the points that I discussed, because of that you need to tell Wipro and Tech Mahindra collaborated with Finland for developing of 6G technology, or any other kind of information that the examiner might ask in the examination about whether it's about ICT or mobile technology or digital education. So you need to understand these concepts. You need to know about some of the major key points of India Finland Virtual Summit 2021. Very very important. Next is very simple question. TriFed, as you have heard, in the comment section tell me where are the headquarters of TriFed. Okay, so Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India, it signed an MOU with Craft Village by which organization? To promote craft sector. So what is the organization through which TriFed signed an MOU with Craft Village in order to promote the craft sector? Very very simple, as you might have heard, the correct answer is Zephyr. Okay, Zephyr. Zephyr is basically a social organization working for the promotion of the craft sector for the tribal communities. Okay, for tribal communities they actually need to promote the craft sector. So that is why this social organization Zephyr, through it TriFed has signed an MOU with the Craft Village. Remember this, very important. Next question, which bank signed India's first SOFR linked ECB external commercial borrowing deal with IOCL, Indian Oil Corporation Limited? Very very important question from the finance point of view. Okay, finance MCQ, finance current affairs, very very important. So you need to know first of all what is SOFR. You might as well have heard this term because it's very very recent. For phase 1 preparation also you might as well have encountered this term. So SOFR refers to the secured overnight financial rate. Secured overnight financial rate, SOFR. So it is basically your floating rate, the changing rate due to market rate changes. Okay, it's a floating rate. It is introduced for the short term borrowings or short term loans. Okay, you have to remember this. So SOFR is the new floating rate that has been introduced in the market for the short term loans. So India's first SOFR linked external commercial borrowing deal has been signed among IOCL and SBI. It has been signed between IOCL and SBI. You have to remember this. SBI has signed an SOFR linked ECB deal. So you have to tell me down in the comment section that which floating rate is being replaced by SOFR, whether it is MIBOR or whether it is LIBOR or whether it is some other kind of floating rate that is being replaced by SOFR for the short term borrowings. Okay, you have to tell me down in the comment section. Very, very important. Next is, which bank was fined with rupees 2 crores? Very simple question, by RBI for voids in regulatory compliance. So there is a term that is, you have to remember this, deficiency in regulatory compliance. Okay, so this particular bank, which is fined with 2 crore rupees, was unable to be in compliance with some of the regulatory norms that are introduced by Reserve Bank of India for individually banks. Okay, so this bank is also SBI. Remember this. You have to also remember the fined amount, because since the paper is kind of like a data specific paper now, so you have to know that the fine that is being incurred by SBI because of the deficiency in regulatory compliance is 2 crore rupees. You have to remember this fact as well. So next question is, as per the Bloomberg's Billionaires Index, the world's largest wealth gainer during the pandemic phase is. Very important and very easy question. You might as well have heard it from previous discussions. So world's largest wealth gainer during the pandemic phase was Gautam Adani. His whole capital, his whole amount actually surged the amount of Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, which were previously the wealthiest persons according to the Bloomberg's Billionaires Index. So Gautam Adani's amount in the pandemic phase actually surged from the amount of Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. So you have to remember this. Gautam Adani is your correct answer. Next question is very important and very much in line with the phase 1 of RBI 2021. Similar kind of question was asked in phase 1 of 2021 examination. So Tech Mahindra, it's an Indian company. It acquired the around 70% stakes of Ireland based Perigord Asset Holdings Limited. Okay, this is the basic question. You might as well have encountered these kind of questions in phase 1 preparation. So if you were preparing for the examination of 2018 or 2019, you would have learned that, you would have remembered that Tech Mahindra is one company which has acquired stakes of Perigord Asset Holding Company, Ireland based, and you would have encountered the percentage of that acquired asset. Okay, so 70% of stake has been acquired by Tech Mahindra by of Perigord Asset Holdings. But now you also need to remember for what amount this acquisition has taken place. So according to this particular news, the amount for which Tech Mahindra has acquired 70% stakes of Ireland-based Perigord Asset Holdings is rupees 182 crore. You have to remember these kind of facts because these are asked in phase 1 examination now, and these might be asked in phase 2 examination as well. So you need to be familiar with these kinds of concepts. So you also have to tell me that which act is responsible for the acquisitions of various companies. Okay, which Indian constitutional act, okay, is responsible for the acquisitions of various companies? You have to tell me down in the comment section. Very important. The last question of this particular video is India's rank in the 2020 World Air Quality Report Index by quality report released by IQ Air. Very important from your syllabus that is mentioned as sustainable development and environmental issues in your ESI part. Very, very important from that as well as from phase 1, because you can't be certain about phase 1 and phase 2 now. Everything is clashed down, so you need to have that kind of perspective to learn these things. So let me tell you something about IQ Air. So IQ Air is your Swiss air tech company. You have to know this, Swiss air tech company. Anything can be asked now. So it's a Swiss air tech company which actually reviews the countries or the cities on the basis of most to least polluted countries or cities. Remember this, most polluted to least polluted countries or cities. So that is the kind of arrangement that is done in this particular index, in this particular report, which is released by IQ Air, which is Swiss air tech company. Okay, so you need to remember that. So in case of countries, the first polluted country is Bangladesh. Remember this. The second polluted country is Pakistan, and the third polluted country is India. So that is why, according to this, option 3, third, will be your correct answer. Okay, very, very simple, yet you need to understand these kind of reports for this particular subject, this particular topic that is mentioned in ESI. Okay, also I need to tell you that these also arrange some of the cities, the capital cities on the basis of most to least polluted capital cities. So the most polluted capital cities, this also you need to remember, is Delhi. Delhi is the most polluted capital city. Second is Dhaka, which is the capital of Bangladesh. Okay, and the third one, I'm sorry, not the last, the third one is Ulan Bator. So again, a question for you down in the comment section. You tell me of which country Ulaanbaatar is the capital. Okay, so you have to tell me this. So these three capital cities are basically ranked from most to least polluted according to the 2020 World Air Quality Report released by IQ Air. Okay, one important thing that I need to tell you about this particular index, this particular report, one or two important things that you need to know about it. This report says that the air pollution causes 7.4% loss of the South Asian GDP. Remember this very important fact. Okay, according to this report, that the air pollution that is being caused in the South Asia, or in the world actually, in this particular region, actually causes 7.4% loss in South Asian GDP. Okay, you have to know this, you have to remember this. And the second thing that you need to know is that India is basically a home of 35 cities, most polluted cities out of 50 most polluted cities. Out of 50 most polluted cities, India is the home of 35 polluted cities. You need to know this, you need to remember this. Okay, so these were the 10 most important MCQs according to me that are needed to be remembered for the examination. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. I hope that I learned something, and I hope that these kind of MCQs kind of give you the gist to prepare, how to prepare for the current affairs sections. So whatever kind of source you are utilizing or using, I recommend you to stay thorough with it and remember the facts so that you would be able to attempt the questions correctly in the examination. Very important for you guys to achieve this kind of position, to achieve this kind of post in this prestigious organization. If you have any doubt regarding any question, you can put up that doubt down in the comment section below. I will be happy to answer, and if I don't know the answer to that, if anyone knows the answer to that, you should also share these, because I am also an aspirant. I am not a mentor, I have already told you that, and I will be learning a lot from you guys as well, because this is kind of give and take situation, because I am also an aspirant and I need to be prepared well as well for this post. That is why I need your help and you need my help, and together we can achieve our goal for RBI 2020. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and have a great day. Also revise these, remember these as much as you can, and the PDF for this particular video will be availed to you in the Telegram group or the Telegram channel that I have created. The link is in the description. Go ahead, follow that channel as well. There are many students, about 11 students have joined now, and we are very much appreciative of anyone who comes there and anyone who gives their contribution in the preparation for this examination. So thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day.